This is Olaoluwa Awe and the Guru, the special Monday edition on Lagos Talks 91.3. I am Olaoluwa Awe, and here comes our host, our distinguished host, the Guru. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Olaoluwa.
Mm-hmm. Good morning.
You know, I've been taught many years ago never to ask a woman how was your night.
Yeah, they said it's not appropriate.
They say it was a very bad culture.
But you were tempted to ask me.
I was being tempted. Then I had to remind myself that. But I could have well given an excuse that because of my age, I wouldn't know what the culture would be now. Saying in my days, we do ask how was your night.
It was okay, right?
All right, Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. You are welcome to this special date of a Monday. Every Monday, you know what we dish out. And for all of you across the globe, we are very, very happy that you are waiting there for us. Mostly those that are about 7 hours. Okay, in the US, it has not changed, but it has changed in Europe. Was it yesterday or Saturday? Sunday. Yeah, we're now 1 hour ahead. Mm-hmm. And I think before the next 48 hours, it will change in the United States of America, where some people will be 7 hours behind us, some will be 6, some will be 8, depending which state you are. So you are welcome. The Guru is here. I must announce it because we are taking off a little too late, and we must utilize every hour we have at hand for the purposes of organizing this. The only interruption that will come in will be the historical perspective that I will give. Otherwise, there was this joke. I will introduce my guest. We are not there yet. There is this joke that I saw myself cracking because the Borno state government had made an announcement. Is it an announcement? No, had pleaded. Is it plea? I don't know. Had said that a plane should be purchased for the vice president.
Oh, okay.
Or that otherwise his life is in jeopardy.
Oh, I think I have that one. Let me give you the tea. So he was a lawmaker from the State House of Assembly.
Yes, he spoke on behalf of his state.
Yes, that said that because...
Now, the real joke there, which I carved out, is this. Mm-hmm. Bayo Nanuga was with Chim Akibalu yesterday and was talking why the plane was bought for the president, that the plane there was purchased by Basogo, and that the president would need safety and security in order to, if we love him, that's what. Then I heard this guy now from Gongola. No, sorry, not Gogola. No, Gogola is no money. From Borno saying that a plane must be purchased for the Shetima because his life is in jeopardy. Mm-hmm. Shetima went to New York. From New York, they were going for this meeting of
Samoa meeting.
Mm-hmm. While in New York, we are now told that something struck the plane of Shetima. Nigeria plane that we hired to Shetima to be using because it's our property. Even the one with Ashiwaju is our property. It's our tenant now. We built the place where he's living. It's our tenant. Now, something struck the plane. Listen to this. Sometimes these are jokes that are carried too far. Something struck the plane of the man in New York. Mm-hmm. The strike was not in space. It was where, as we were told, where the plane was parked at the tarmac. That striking now made it impossible for the man to use the plane. Mm-hmm. Meaning, to go for the Samoa, or what do you call it? Is this Amala?
Samoa.
Okay. To go for the Samoa, somewhere, have you?
No, of course not.
Okay. To go there, meaning he will have to take a charter plane or whatever. But now, the Nigerian government now found it most convenient to charter plane or get commercial plane or charter plane to bring it back to Nigeria with his delegates. Then the same government now chartered plane or plane arrangement for a minister to lead the delegation to Samoa. Is the thing that struck the plane of the man, struck it on ground, and the man now was, instead of arranging that charter plane to take him for his destination, he was sent back to Nigeria. The presidency should know that Nigeria's people are smarter than this, all this story you dish out to us.
But the guru, could it be like a security
What is falling
issue?
out in the presidency now? What are those things that are falling out? Can somebody please tell us? Bayo Ononuga, don't tell us because we know the way you will take it if you are telling us. But no more at ease. That will not take too much of my time because of my guest. I have my guest here. I don't know if I should go and finish my historical perspective or introducing, but I'm under the temptation to introduce her straight away. My guest here, listeners, she's bringing knowledge to bear with us. She's downloading and uploading knowledge, mostly knowledge of service within the federal government system. The only job she knew, which I knew she knew, and she did best, was to serve this nation in her capacity as an immigration officer. And she served there for almost 34 years.
Wow.
Okay. Almost 35 years. Almost. Not complete. Before she retired. And she retired a few minutes ago, permit me to put it like that. She retired as Deputy Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Services. So here with me, seated in my front, I'm looking at her directly, is Dora Amahian, the retired Deputy Comptroller General. Comptroller General. Don't remove the P. The P must be there. Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Services. Madam, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
You're welcome to the Lagos Talk Studio. The guru, your bell, you know.
No, I will go there now.
Okay.
You pushing me.
I should calm down.
Calm down.
Well, you're welcome to the Lagos Talk
Thank you
Studio.
so much,
It's
and
such a
good
pleasure
morning.
to have you join us today. All right. And the guru, I believe we'll be talking about immigration. Are we talking about relocation as well?
Relocation.
And all the other issues?
No. So let me take it. Push me less harder.
Okay.
I want you to recollect that baby boy who told the mother, say, Mommy, calm down. You remember?
Yes.
The
We need to be calming down.
The one that made Sanwo-Olu blessed their lives.
Yeah.
I said,
We heard so.
Where the baby said, Mommy, calm down. Because the mommy was bashing he said, calm down. And of course, he brought something good. But unfortunately, the woman is dead now. The calm down woman is dead. And the police are still trying to arrive whether either the husband that killed her or something like that. That's another story for another day. So my guest today is Dora Amahian. You are welcome. Please sit down. We are taking off very soon. And people will... And you will still wait a little because towards the end, people may want to call you to ask one question or the other one. That's how we just play our game in this particular show. That is why Lagos Talks is the only station that take you to the uppermost of the earth. We are being listened to as we talk right here now in China. That's why some people may call from. I have somebody we listen. I've never met before. He is most likely to call us from Texas. That is. Then we have people calling from South Korea and all those. That's how much this channel can take us far. So now, historical perspective. Let me just run through that one as fast as another lady of fame. Shirley Ayoko Bosway. Ghana. She's a Ghanaian. And she's presently the minister of something in Ghana. She has just been nominated and the appointment approved to become the Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations of the world. Ayako Boshwe. Very, very young. Let me give you all the details. Though she started her work on January 2025, She is now the 7th Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations. And the Commonwealth will have 56 countries that are members of the Commonwealth. But what is common in the world, I wouldn't know today, because the headquarters of our Commonwealth, that is, if you want to enter London today, as they scrutinize the other person who's not a member of Commonwealth, the same way they scrutinize me. The days that the Commonwealth was beneficial to some of us, I wouldn't know. But let me run quickly. She is taking over. By so doing, she becomes the second African to become Secretary General of the Commonwealth.
Interesting.
Chief Emeka Yaoku, who is now the chairman of the Patriots in Nigeria, was there. He was the first African to be Secretary General of the Commonwealth. So, Madam Shirley Ayoko is now going to be the second Africa to hold that. I thought somebody should celebrate them. She should be celebrated. So, Madam, my sister from Ghana, I celebrate you. I celebrate you.
I celebrate you.
I am going to celebrate my own the United Nations organization. Two Africans had one time shared being the Secretary General. Another day, I will talk about that, not today. The man from Egypt and the man from Ghana. I will talk about that. So let me run quickly. Madam, you are welcome once again.
Thank you so much.
I welcome you. I welcome you. I welcome you.
I was looking forward to that.
Yes. I have a special way of, and I blend all these traditional things. Okay, this bell, I told the story last week Wednesday, but this bell was, I had a smaller bell that got broken up into pieces. And as I was lamenting in the studio here, I never knew that somebody was listening to me in London. And the person called me to say, don't worry, I am bringing you, I'm sending a bell to you. Even the one you were ringing those days, it sounds more or less like a small bells that the herbalists will use in the villages. So I'm bringing you something bigger. Then I say as big as what? He said maybe Ben, when the bell rings, Ben in London. He said, and of course he went to the market. He bought this one in London and he DHL it all the way from London to me. We call him a name, OC Africa. That is the name we call him sometimes. Now, last week, was it last week Friday you had your 60th birthday? Oh, am I not supposed to talk of that? Because
it's actually on Thursday. It was actually on Thursday, the 24th of October.
Yes, you brought us together for chicken and butter.
That was on Friday, dinner.
Yes, but the birthday was Thursday.
Yes, 24th
that was
of October.
when you struck exactly 60 years.
Yes.
Congratulations and happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
We don't have much time, otherwise there are some good birthday music I would have played for you. And I do not want you in advance that come with your dancing shoe. So this one may not be too appropriate to dancers, but happy birthday. On your birthday, let us celebrate you again. There's nothing that does it better than my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Now, 2 years before you attend your 60th birthday, which was celebrated last week, when you were 59, you were solidly there in the service. There was something that happened that very early morning, which we never knew of, a great surprise, when your officers brought all those trumpets and the blowing to celebrate you. Then later, around November last year, I should think November, something happened to a group of your officers. And two among those who came to play the trumpet for you when you were 59 were involved. Please, this is not a question for now. Remind me in case if I want to forget. Because when we get closer to the point of analyzing your career, we may want to remember that. Right. Please,
No
remind me in case if I'm forgetting at that point. Now, the first question that I will ask you is this, Madam. Everything about schooling, everything about reading, everything about obtaining certificates, you are so attached to University of Ibadan. You got your first degree from University of Ibadan. You got your master's degree from University of Ibadan. You are doing your PhD now from University of Ibadan. What is so thick? What is that thing that is so thick about University of Ibadan that you wouldn't see any other university to go in? Only that. Tell us something. But you have to be brief because we have to be cutting it shorter. So, please, what's that thick? What's that something about Ibadan?
Because UI, University of Ibadan, is the only university while others are just higher schools.
UI is the only university?
Yes.
Others are higher
schools.
Wow.
Can you, one more minute, please, can you throw light on that for one more minute, please?
Because at the University of Ibadan, you earn whatever you deserve. You work hard for it.
Okay.
You don't have favoritism, or I have to get this done by compromising myself, or have to do this to this lecturer or to the other one. It's basically on what you have upstairs. That is why you see me going back there to do my master's and do my anything that concerns education. For me, has to come from University of Ibadan, because it's a great university in Nigeria, while others remain higher schools.
Wow.
Okay, I will not be the person to attack you, but be prepared. When people will be calling in, I know there should be one attack all down you for other universities. I am not instigating the attack, but by virtue of doing this job for many years, I know attack will come. But I love your definition and your dedication to it. That is the only university. Others are higher schools. We shall come to that later. Now, you joined the Nigerian Immigration Services and you rose to become the Deputy Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration. We can say, therefore, that the Nigerian Immigration Services was so fair to you. Because many who probably joined the time you joined fell by the roadside. But here you moved and became Deputy Comptroller General. Would you say that the Nigerian Immigration Services was good to you?
Well, I would say so. And you know what it is. Starting from the school and rising through the ranks, and you finished well. You finished unscarred without any stain on you, and you are well and strong again to be on air to speak about where you left. So I give God the glory, and I salute my organization because they made me what I am now.
Oh, glory be to God.
I'm here because I retired as a Deputy Comptroller General of Immigration, and not just Dora Amahian.
That's good. That's still need to be celebrated. That's statement and celebrated. And that's it. You are not here just because you are Dora Amahian, but the institution made you what you are, to be able to have the capacity to sit there and discuss the institution that brought you that far. I salute you for that. Now, I want to pick the question at random because there are no textbook to be followed. You served for almost 35 years.
Yes, you're right.
Which one would you go through memory? Step into your memory lane. When was your highest, most excited period? And what was that event during your services? And what was that event that brought the dullest moment to you?
Well,
Which was your most exciting? Let's deal with that first.
Well, I have several exciting moments, but the most important one was when I was a Deputy Comptroller. I was in charge of the ECOWAS section in Lagos.
Okay.
And we are responsible for issuing out resident cards to West African nationals, in short, ECOWAS citizens who come in to work and reside in Nigeria.
Okay.
So there was a time we had this shortage of resident cards. And I've been there for close to about 3 months.
Resident cards are meant for the ECOWAS citizens.
Yes, resident cards.
And there was shortage of it.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Somehow, with my prying eyes, I just went inside the store, an abandoned store for several years. And I just asked my elderly, what's inside those trucks? Open one of them. We found resident cards filled up to capacity in each of the trunks. Wow. And we were able to move about 10 trunks, which had more than 50,000 resident cards unused. I had to take it to Abuja. And the value then was close to about 80 to 100 million that I took back to the service at the headquarters on my own account.
What, you mean the card you discover abandoned? Were they the same card that were so scarce as of that time that you could not see to issue to ECOWAS citizens?
There was the cards,
same?
Yes. And I had to take it back to them for them to reallocate it to me and to other units. Like other states, we had ECOWAS section in all the other states in the country. and they had this shortage of cards as well. So I had to take it back to the headquarters, because anything you do has to be on record. That they've given you this, so it has to be documented. So I didn't just want to dip my hand into it and start issuing in Lagos, though I found them out. So I had to take them to the headquarters to reissue to me, then reissue to other stations that needed to use the ECOWAS.
Was there any investigation carried out about it? How those cars got to the place that they were abandoned? Was there any investigation?
Well, you know what it is in government. Okay. The important thing is I got it back to them. Because it's been there for donkey years. So who are you going to hold? Nobody knew they contained resident card. Nobody knew. And this was way back in 2013.
Can we sometimes, I know a lot of improvements have come into the services of the Nigerian immigration. Mm-hmm. But can we sometimes think along this line that sometime when the passport booklet are so scarce, they might as well be abandoned somewhere without any person knowing if we follow this trajectory which you just given to us? Will it be safe? Not for you, but for us who are out there to think that sometimes this passport booklet that is scarce now, that is somewhere either in my village or somewhere abandoned?
It can happen with the standard passport and other passports, because Nigerians are the ones that apply and get passports. You must be a citizen to obtain a passport in Nigeria. And with the resident cards, they are not Nigerians. Okay. They were just in the trunks. There was a time we were moving to Abuja. Probably that was why they forgot them. They abandoned documents, We relocated from Lagos to Abuja. Probably during that time, way back in 1988 or so, or 89, that they must have forgotten. Maybe they saw trunks, ordinary trunks, and just left. But for passports, they can't do that because we are always in need of passports in Nigeria.
Okay. Now, let us come back home a little. That was your most exciting hour.
Yes.
What about that every human being has a downturn in his life? Even my Lord Jesus Christ, he had one. He was hungry. He looked at a fig tree. Then it occurred to him that fig tree should be able to satisfy my need for food. And he went there, and unfortunately the fig tree had nothing. He caused the fig tree that, of course, the next day the fig tree dried up. Some teachers of theology will tell you that the fig tree itself did not fall on any person related to Jesus Christ. That was his down. So which would you recall as peculiarly your down during your service?
The saddest moment was when we lost our officers when they went for this personal parade last year in November.
In Kano?
In Kano.
Okay.
There were two brothers, trumpeters, that died same day, same time.
On that terrible accident on their way back?
Yes. And what pained me most was during the surprise birthday they had for me while I was 59 last year in the office. I just opened the door and found them blowing trumpets. I never met them in my life. I never knew them. Then just a few weeks later, you hear that they are involved in an accident and died while in service.
Those who died, they were among those who came to blow trumpets for you that day?
Yes, they were two brothers. I never met with them.
Two
and they
brothers.
had a mother still alive. One was married and one wasn't. It was a pathetic situation. Sad loss to Nigerian Immigration Service and to federal, because they said they were the best set of trumpeters in Nigeria, from what I gathered. And they did so well.
And it was for pass-out parade in Kano they went for.
Yes.
Okay, this question is I'm not directing it to you, but I remember where that thing happened. I called the Comptroller General, then Wura Ola Caroline, and I asked her that there are people that could have blown this thing in Kano. Why did you move this from Abuja? Of course, what she explained to me did not go too bad. Because she told me that normally it is what every officer will want to be involved. Because traveling, you have your traveling and hours and everything. That is just. So, of those victims, two of them were children of the same mother.
Yes. The trumpeters.
May their soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
Okay. Let's continue with the discussion. You serve from one category to another category, from one category to another category, from one generation of the services to another generation of the services. What would you say would be the cautious thing? You are out of the service, but it remains your home forever. What would you recommend that if this and this is added now, it will help to move the interest of the service, that is the Nigerian Immigration Services, forward? It will help to enhance Nigeria's services and quality of things for everyone. What would you recommend?
Well, like before I left service, I was the Deputy Comptroller General in charge of finance and accounts.
Okay.
And
finance and account.
Yes.
Okay.
While I hold sway, I discovered that Nigerian Immigration Service was underfunded.
Underfunded.
Talking seriously, we need the federal government to fund the Nigerian Immigration Service, because we are the first line of security agents that any foreigner, any immigrant coming into the country meets at the point of entry. So we deserve to have the best. We deserve to be better funded so that our officers will do their job as expected. I'm not in that category of people that will say, okay, you need to give this one money to do that or that one, but let them have the basics. So that they'll become more professional in their discharge of duties to members of the public. Somebody going to work should go to work with clean uniform. It should be our responsibility to give them decent uniforms.
Yes. Okay. I want to thank you for that recommendation, because that is a malady that affects nearly every parasite or nearly every individual that is coming from the federal government. Not only this federal government, every federal government are failing. For example, the hype out there right now. There was a DPO that blew whistle. And now the federal government, through the Police Service Commission, through the Inspector General of Police Management Team, are now looking for that DPO that blew whistle to dismiss him from the force. And what did this guy say? The guy said that the police is as an institution is underfunded. Before he said it, I knew of this because of my relationship with the police. That a DPO to run the police, the division he has access to only 30,000 naira. The 30,000 naira is expected to fuel the vehicles. It's expected to complete tires for some vehicle, because when you get to some division, you may see 5 vehicles. The 5 of them, about 2 might belong to antiquities that were purchased and forgotten about before my great-grandmother was born. And the functional one, you may see 3.5 tires. It is out of that 30,000 naira that the DPU is expected to buy tires. It's expected to put fuel. Now that, to the grace of the government of Bola Tinubu, he has to pay 1,000 naira per liter. He has to buy. He has to buy torchlight with batteries, because I cannot see the police now going into this modern torchlight that are electronics. He has to do everything out of that 30,000. And now you want the same man to develop good relationship with neighborhoods, so that they can help to finance the work. What happens if those neighborhoods are top criminals? Can he take money from them to do the work and still get them arrested? So, but I think somebody's listening to this program. They will know that the immigration equally needed to be funded. I think that would be very, very, very good. Now, what would you recommend? Because while you were in service, of course, improvement on the documentation, the portal, establishment of the portal and Kwanko, they came up live. But it is not that we are finished with mostly booklets. Now that every individual can log in, you feel your thing, you don't need an agent. Though many Nigerians will still want to patronize the agent. Now that is happening now, what exactly would you recommend on that? That is number one. Number two, I have an observation, which I mentioned to Issa Jerry. There was a time we met. He used to be your Comptroller General before Wurala took over from him. Now, I mentioned the observation. I find it most disturbing because I cannot see that an American citizen, his social security number will be displayed in documents that every person will see. When my name must come into my passport which I hand over to people to look at whichever I'm traveling. Do you think that is a very wise way to this? I want your advice on this, please.
Okay. Sincerely speaking, I really don't feel comfortable with one's name being showcased on the data page of your passport.
Okay.
Because a passport is a document. You can't not be too careful that you will not misplace it someday. Or maybe natural disaster like rainfall or fire got to your house and this one, and it gets to somebody's hand. And the person already have your details, can go name, press your number, do whatever he wants to do, can even claim your identity.
Yes.
Because he already has your name. I'm not saying the NIMC organization is not doing well. It is good for them to do it. At least that will forestall people that want to get multiple passports from getting, because once you have your name, you can't come back and change your names and say this is what you are again, and you have something on your data page. At least it prevents you from having multiple passports.
Okay.
But name should be a part of obtaining a passport, but it shouldn't be showcased on the passport. Let us have that name, that we have your name, but we shouldn't print it on the data page of your passport. It is good. It's helping Nigeria that once you have your name and you have your passport, you can't come and be changing your passport at will and say, oh, I'm Dora today, tomorrow I'm AJ, the next tomorrow I'm Cynthia, the other day I'm John Maria, the fourth day I'm Claude Solomon. The same person bearing the same different names, with the name, it curtails them from getting multiple passports. But it's a good idea. The NIMC organization is doing well, but we shouldn't display it on the passport.
Okay.
It's not safe for us.
Okay.
And it's not safe. If anybody carries something, knows your identity. All over the world I've been through, I've never seen where your security number or identification number is put on your passport. Yes, we can have it, but it should be hidden. Let's have that information. It should not be displayed on the data page of your passport.
That's good. That's good. Thank you for this. I hope again the authority, they are listening and they will amend that one. Now, you started a little of fish because 35 years is no joke.
Yes.
And you went through the processes till a few minutes ago, as I earlier introduced, which is not exactly a few minutes, but days can become minutes anyway. Months can become minutes. Years can become minutes. The training you got in the beginning where you came in, if you are to look back and compare it to what the training is like, is there any vacuum you might want to bring now, recommend to your successors, people that are there now, that, okay, if this is included, it will better the system?
Life is not static.
Yes.
It's dynamic. There'll be changes as time goes on. And the service is really trying hard, to inculcate some courses into their training programs.
Okay.
Like at that time when there was nothing like ICT. But now it's been incorporated into the curriculum. And one other thing I want them to introduce into our service is this, that officers should be very, very professional. The officers we see these days, we read a lot. This one, particularly at the airport, they are not professional, Like as an immigration officer, I recall when I was growing up in the service, my shoulders was always raised high up to the moment I left. That this is what an officer should be, this is what an officer shouldn't be or shouldn't do. But, like all kinds of people are being recruited into the service that don't even know what they carry on their shoulders. You're an officer, like in London, for example, you don't see immigration officers being maltreated anyhow. But in Nigeria, you see them because of the way they present themselves. So we should teach them, we should inculcate this professionalism from the start that you are an immigration officer. You are not just an officer. You are an immigration officer of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You should be proud of what you are wearing, the uniform you are wearing, and do things right. Like I feel this from you see now most that you don't see a lot of them even to pay compliment, don't know how to pay compliment very well. You'll be shocked that did you go to training school? Shortly before I left, some will come salute me. I was ask them that come with your shoulder and this. So did you go to training school? You didn't go to training at all.
How did you get the uniform and get what you
No, sometimes you don't know that you have to be correcting them even to salute.
Wow. But Ma, is there enough?
We need to take things more seriously in the service. It's a fine organization, like you get to meet a lot of people, while carrying out your duties, and you get connected, But now what I see is not what we met, and I know that there's room for improvement.
Okay. Okay, you have a question.
Yes, I wanted to know. I wanted to know that. Could you please tell us what the disciplinary measure is like for officers that err? Because sometimes we hear about the conduct of some officers at the airport, and we hear an investigation has been launched into it, but we no longer get a feedback as to what has happened. Was the officer found culpable? Was he dismissed? Was he demoted? How has he or she been able to pay for his or her conduct? As
would you be willing to answer that question?
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
Like for junior officers, when you err, and the room trial is being set up for you, and when you are found wanting, it depends on the recommendation. If it's something that serious misconduct, that dismissal. And for senior officers that err, senior officers, sitting is being arranged for them. And if you're also found wanting, if it's gross misconduct, you serve the punishment. Sometimes retired, sometimes demoted.
Okay.
But for juniors, most times they are sacked.
Is there justice in that? The junior officer, the only option is get from misconduct to gross misconduct, sack. But the senior officer, who is equally involved in gross misconduct,
they sack some of them. It depends on the level. It depends on the recommendation that has been given by the senior officers and disciplinary committee.
Okay.
There's a committee for it, and for that, it's not just the officers in the immigration service. You invite officers from other agencies, security agencies.
Your board comprising both prison, LSE,
fire,
and all those
correctional service, and civil defense. So when you see, so it's not just an decision being made by immigration. They all sit together, and most times they are fair.
Okay. Then let me ask this question, because we are thinking towards where we might want to hold ourselves back and wait for people to call in to comment. In my lifetime, which is just a few months, because I'm just a few months old, I've seen not less than 3 female heading the Nigerian Immigration Services. Please make sure this question is not embarrassing.
Okay.
Make it not to be embarrassing. I had spoken to about 2 or 4 senior immigration officers. Beautiful ones, moving fast. But when I look around, mostly your sister parastatus, the LS civil defense the correctional center. You have about 5 of such in your board. I cannot lay my hand on one female becoming Comptroller General of Nigerian Customs Services. I've never seen. The LSDs, I've never seen. The police are tolerated to point of Deputy Inspector General of Police about 2 times. The first one that could have become was Ugiwe, who rose to become AIG. How come that it is only the Nigerian Immigration Services that you have female rising to become? Is it that the means, the instrumentality of recruitment give consideration for that and have been issue from beginning they are recruited in? Or how come that it is only the Nigerian Immigration Services that it has become women affair?
Right.
How is that made?
It's just coincidental because we are the most educated set of women in the paramilitary. You find them in immigration.
Wow.
There's no person that got to that seat that doesn't have a master's degree. At least a master's degree, maybe 1 or 2, apart from the first degree. And we are really beautiful, hardworking, and that we need to be showcased. That's why we are there, probably because of what we have upstairs.
You've
very intelligent
2
women.
things that will become controversial in the next few minutes now. University of Ibadan is the only one university. Others are higher colleges or higher institutions, or higher what we call it. Then now, the immigration is the only place that
we have the highest number, both men. Like when I joined in 1989, I enlisted into the service, but then under the Ministry of Internal Affairs. I had a master's degree, and I was going close to 24. It was about 24 when I got it. And I joined the service with a master's degree. We were about 2 people then in my course that had masters. The other lady was Lizzie Enoch. Apparently, she got hers from University of Ibadan to her master's degree. You see why I told you that?
Identify University of Ibadan.
Yes. And apart from that, women in the Nigerian Immigration Service are level-headed. Women in the Nigerian Immigration Service are ready to work. You can hardly come to say you want to corrupt a woman in the Nigerian Immigration Service. We have that dignity for ourselves. And we are very strict when it comes to discipline. Because we are not waiting for you to come back and compensate us for anything. We do our job the way it should be done.
Okay, given this background you've just analyzed, which I can see is almost real, because I have seen what's the name of this first lady who was Comptroller General?
Mrs.
Nwizu. Of blessed memory, yeah?
Yes.
I think I spoke with her about 3 or 4 times during her tenure. Then we saw Wuraola.
Mrs. Uzoma before Wura.
Mrs. Uzoma, yeah.
Mrs.
No, it was Uzoma that I met about
Mrs. Rose Uzoma.
Yeah, because Uzoma was the one that
she was the second.
I asked a favor for, and she went out of her way to do the favor. In fact, she had to put a call over to London to make sure that what I asked her to do was done. Then Rose, then Caroline, then Kemi
Nanda.
Now 4, and not one can be produced from the correctional services. Not one can be produced from the civil defense. Not one can be produced from anywhere. Maybe there might be some things that are deeper that you may not want to tell me.
Not really. Sometimes, based on age, like the men, most times, before they get to the age of retirement of 35 years, they are gone. Some spend 33, 32, 31, but The women that have stayed up to that time, they spent 35 years.
Okay. Given this type of analysis you've just given, how do you personally feel where people like Betta Edu, brilliant girl, brilliant woman, brilliant lawyer, and just saw opportunity, boom, she fell into it, and she wouldn't know the difference of herself and the money she fell into, being what she is today. What would you talk of Sadia Farouk, who fell into it? Because if anything like that had happened to any of your predecessors, then they wouldn't have been able to attain this position. So the discipline you talk about, how did it come? Is it part of the training that since we are now in immigration, you must have this type of discipline, or the common discipline that every woman is supposed to have subscribed to?
You know, when you talk, let me say, discipline is inbuilt. It's what you carry from when you were nobody. Probably from secondary school, through tertiary institution, then coupled with the fact of the training you have at the training school. And you don't want to soil your image or something. Like the women that I have known that have risen to the top, they are well-behaved, disciplined women. So,
okay, one more last question. Last one, the very, very last one before we allow people to call in. You are sitting directly before me, and I have known you for some time now. You looking vibrant, you looking very, very intelligent, which is what you are, not even looking. You are young. You still have much to give. What next? Having retired as Deputy Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Services. What next?
Well, I'm still very much available to serve the nation.
Okay.
And I know I have a lot to give.
Yeah.
And I'm always available.
Okay.
To add my quota.
Okay.
For the upliftment of this.
Or you need to appear. Because to couples on Friday and Kwanko. So, in fact, I doubted until you called me in the night to say, I doubted that, would she be? So, thank you. We appreciate you that you honor us on this invitation. And when we're reason to call on you next time, though you know my name is not Oliver Twist. But when I have any reason to call you on you next time, I want to believe you oblige us. Yes, greetings from Ali Baba, because Ali Baba said I should greet you specially.
Okay, thank you. My regards to him.
So let's do. We have our people hanging.
Yes, we'll take some of the messages that we have. There are a number of them here, so we'll start with those one as soon as possible.
What do we do to? Maybe I will step it down to the using my authority. That is unfair. Those who make sure we survive in the market.
Oh, okay. All right. I proceed with the messages.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The first message for our retired Deputy Comptroller General says, from the way she talks, you know that she's no nonsense leader. I mean, our guest in the studio, I admire her gut. I want to know at what point she ever felt she should quit her job due to injustice, insincerity, and corruption in the service, and the way her immediate boss treats her. This is from Adegboyega Adedeji. Has there ever been a time?
Let me answer. Adegboyega Adedeji, get across to me later where we can discuss that one, because I'm not permitting my guests to go to that area.
All right. Toby Peter dropped a message. You're absolutely right, Mrs. Dora. University of Ibadan isn't merely the first and the best. It stands a league above, demanding not just intellect but resilience from every student who walks its hall. It asks,
you must have been alumni of that university.
Yes. It asks for your sweat, your blood, and even a touch of your deepest self. And to have been modeled within such a revered institution is something I hold in great regard. And that is Toby Peters once again.
Congratulations, eh?
Great UI.
All right, now, Stephen from VI dropped a message.
So is our phones working today?
We'll take calls from WhatsApp, really.
Okay.
Yeah, we are open to calls from WhatsApp. The number once again is 0809 234 5913. Again, 0809 234 5913. You can send a text, call via WhatsApp, or do a voice note. So, Stephen from VI says, good morning, the Guru. Thank you for bringing up the immigration matter. I did my passport registration online last year. I paid, and up till today, I never got any call for capturing. Several reminder mails were not responded to. It seems my money has gone into the account department as revenue without me getting value. Well, I have no choice but to patronize their agents now.
This last year and no call for capture. That's very odd. That is not possible. I can say that. Because with the new portal, with everything, I have been a beneficiary of this.
Maybe he didn't use the correct website.
Because
the payment,
there is no place for any individual
you
to
must get an
intervene.
appointment letter.
You get
an appointment
you
slip.
paid. You capture the place you want to go and do your capture.
Yes.
You paid. Then you have a slip
Maybe he went to the
payment. Then once that slip payment is rolled out, it is only then and only then that somebody can help you by talking to
the
PCO of the
passport control officer of that
area you choose. That you paid and you've not because no, you went through the wrong place.
You went wrong.
Otherwise,
website.
Bring all your files to the Guru. The Guru will help you to move them forward.
You heard
and
that.
your payment lasts for 1 year. So if you paid last year, this year
the validity is gone. So you have to pay another one. You didn't follow something up
you
properly.
Didn't follow. It's not immigration. You didn't go to.
Go on.
All right, Kendi Akindele drops a message. Good morning, the Guru. I applied online for the 5-year passport last July 2024. I was captured a few weeks after, and I was informed my passport will be ready in 3 months, say October 18th, 2024. The officers at Alausa office did an excellent job that day. They were all very neat in their uniform and composed. Till now, the passport is not ready. What can I do?
Okay. Let me take the burden off you, Dora, please. Permit me to take the burden off you. Now, when you did your capture, there is a receipt given to you, the time and the date of your capture, and the time will be there. It might be misplaced, but I can assure you, within 3 weeks maximum of your capturing, everything is ready. Why do I have to say so? Somebody met with me and he came to me. It's somebody I cannot brush. He says, I say your passport is ready. Would I be ready for the pass? He says he did capture April. I said, would I be ready before even me? Okay, go and bring the paper, the slip you got. Well, then he told me that, did they give me slip? I said, they give you slip. He said, no, they did not give me. I said, you are not telling the truth. So he went, the second day he came, he said, sir, I never knew that this is very, very important to this. I now called the PCO in that particular station. Then he said, everything is done. The person should bring this. I said, take it. He returned back and he came to meet me immediately as he was with his passport.
Some of them are not properly informed.
So it is information. But with that, go there and check your passport is ready. Oh, yeah.
Please, this is Peter Omonse from Shomolu. I want to ask you, since you are still very vibrant, you are upright as I'm linked to you, I want to ask you, do you have any interest in politics in Nigeria? Because I have been one of those who advocate for female president in Nigeria. You may not be the president, but I think if I have you as a vice president in Nigeria, at least to start with, that would be enough for me. So what is your opinion and what is your thinking about venturing into politics? Thank you.
Right.
Dora, do you want to go into politics?
Well, Mr. Peter, it's good news for me. Just retiring and asking me to come contest as vice president of this nation. Well, I wouldn't mind. That would mean a lot of work for me. I'm equal to the task. At least we take Nigeria further than what it is now and align with the renewed hope of Mr. President, if you allow me to be his vice. I'm not saying that the president one should be taken off, but when the time is ripe.
Would you have a great battle with Shetima that
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it should be taken out.
not bought a new
I'm not saying it should be taken out, but when the time is ripe for Nigerians to elect a female vice president, Please, when you beacon on me, I will be there for you guys. Thank you.
Good to know.
Now, please, I got instruction from one of my greatest fans.
Okay.
He said, the Guru, sir, please ring the bell again for your guests, owing to that line about UI, the only university. I'm under instruction now. Adeto Kubo. Should I copy the name? You did not give me instruction, no. But I must obey him. It's one of my greatest followers. Said, instructed I should ring the bell to your guests. Great UI. Is that
Great UI.
Okay, so that's Stephen from VI, the person who sent a message earlier, says, the Guru, please send me the right address. A former colleague used this and got hers. She recommended the same site to me, which I used. But he said he can forward all the documents to you. So I guess we'll take that up later on. Then
when we go off.
Yes. Michael from Ikorodu says, good morning, the Guru and Olaoluwa, the news lady. Thanks for the great job to the guest. If I may ask, how can I do my international passport in the local government secretariat nearest to me? Michael from Ikorodu.
No, look at passport has nothing to do. There are passport offices. For example, I think you have about 7 in Lagos now. Is it 7 or 5?
We have at Ikorodu. We have at Alimosho.
That's good.
We have at Alawusa.
Yes.
We have at Ikoyi.
Yes.
We have at Festac.
Yes.
So we had 5.
5. It is there you should go. Any person is taking you to local government operation Bagwe. That's what they call operation Bagwe.
419.
Yeah.
You don't even need to visit anybody. Just
You
go
do
to
this
our
for the
website,
comfort of your bedroom.
passport.immigration.gov.ng, and you fill your the documents and the requirements are all there for you.
Passport.immigration.gov.ng.
Yes. You fill everything.
All right.
You don't need any assistance at all.
Adewara Oluwabusaya from Ijagemo community says, hello, Lagos Talks. I want to know how much it is to renew my passport of 32 pages. How do I go about the process, especially through the online processing?
That's simple.
That's what you just said now.
That's quite simple. Like the fees were increased last September, on the 1st of September of this year, 2024. And for the 5 years passport, to pay 50,000, and the commission at the bank rate, when you pay online, you must pay for the commission. But the government fees is 50,000, and the commission shouldn't be more than 2,000. Some people take 1.5.
Yes.
It depends on the bank you are using anyway.
Yes.
And for the 10 years passport, the official rate is 100,000 naira, and the commission should be more than 2,000 at the most. Some pay less than.
It will not even be up to 3,000 naira. You
so
get
it's
all
better
this
you do
done.
it yourself. Don't patronize people. When you go to them, they too are looking for something to eat. So you came to meet them. They will certainly collect something from you. We've been hampering on this for years. Go do this thing by yourself. And if you can't do it by yourself, go to any cyber cafe, pay them 500 naira,
Yes.
and upload whatever you need to upload and walk away.
Because if you don't have data, if you don't buy data, then go to cyber cafe, then pay for the time.
So I don't know if this answers Mr. Ola's question. It says, good morning, Honorable Guru and Olaoluwa. Please explain to me how I can extend my passport from 5 to 10 years. Since the time I got the passport, I have not used it.
Okay.
Well, it depends on when you got the passport, because at the expiration of your passport, you can apply for another one, and you can do that when you have 6 months to expiration of that passport you are holding. Then you can go apply for the 10-year passport.
Not when you
Not
have
when
5
the
years.
passport is still valid.
It's still 3 years
and you are
to
not
go.
even using
Then
it.
you want to go apply. No.
No, it's not allowed.
Okay, then.
Okay, we are. Olaoluwa, don't forget.
Just one last one.
Okay,
then
one last
we'll
one.
call it a
One
day.
last-
Good morning, the Guru and the guest. Please, there is only one university in Nigeria, the University of Nigeria. It is the first Nigerian university to
Super.
award our own degree. not borrowed like UI from London until 1962. This is here in your batter from Surrey.
We set up a controversy.
Here is just a troublemaker.
I told you that.
It's all right. It's all right.
I still maintain that University of Ibadan is the only university. Others are coming after in their higher schools.
University of Lagos.
Okay, now to our sponsors that we could not come back for your announcement, please forgive me. I take responsibility for that, and it will never happen again. Not at least this year. Please forgive me faster, knowing that we have 31 days plus 20, another 31 days. That is 62 days plus 2 hours or 3 hours living in October. So it will not happen again. So I want to appreciate. Yes, what's that?
No, nothing.
I want to appreciate all of you. Then again to you, madam, I'm very, very, very grateful that you honor our invitation. My prayer is that God will honor you.
Amen.
God will honor you. And congratulations for serving up to that level, Deputy Comptroller General. And congratulations for your birthday again, which for circumstances that I couldn't avoid, I was not there. And you know I have explained the reason.
There was traffic gridlock, so God just honored me with the people that came. I thank them. I use this medium in thanking everybody. That's good. I cannot thank them enough.
Dora Amahian is saying thank you and thank you and thank you to all of you that came. And to my beautiful sister Joy and my junior too. Beautiful sister Pat. Thank you for always being there to support my sister Dora. So on this note, please take this. Okay. Well, I want to. You can follow the guru on X, which used to be Twitter, at Godwin_Buebu. Then please go ahead. Follow him on Facebook. There are 2 pages. One is Godwin Etakibubu Facebook. Follow him there. Then the other one is Vetra Column. Vetra Column is created for classical political discussions on Facebook. Then, of course, you can be friend or partner. Oh, I thank many of you that have just joined now as Friends of the Guru. But you joined to become Friends of the Guru in order to be financial member of supporting him. If you join, it's just to call me to tell me that last month hairdo here, which I do receive, FROSA, police. I always help every person that I can help. But when you join Friends of the Guru, be ready to become a financial partner. If it is 20,000, if it is 100,000, even if you can bring 1 million, I'm not a pastor. You can bring 1 million every month. If the list is 1,000 naira per member, so please do it for you that come in. That is how to become Friends of the Guru. Telegram, click onto it, Friends of the Guru. It will prompt that. They follow the prompting and everything. And of course, visit my website, which is www.godwintheguru.com. And for those who are regular visitors to that website, you see what is happening now. That all the revelations, all these things we talk, that we cannot finish out, they are there for you. Then, of course, there is this telephone line that I always give. In case if you are in difficulty, don't call. Don't call. Please, just send short messages. I will answer you. I will talk to you. It is 0906 887 0014. So, we shall meet again next week with another guest, top people, with another topic that we shall be treated. And next week, Monday, we shall question the federal government, the presidency reply to the editorial opinion of the Guardian newspaper. We leave everything there. But tomorrow we still have a date, which is a Morning Digest. Olaoluwa, thank you very much.
The pleasure is mine.
For taking care of me like a good mother taking care of the baby.
Really? It's more the other way.
Thank you very much for
right.
operating your camera very professionally. Once again, my dear sister Dora, thank you very, very much.
And thank you for having me.
We wish you the best. Right. The Guru, until then, when we shall meet again, please keep yourself out of trouble. Bye-bye.